Good day, my lovely people. Welcome to ivcode_tv. I don't come here to bring the latest update on that student, Alex Akpos-Temileyin, a 200 level student of Ajayi Crowther University that was brutally tortured, gruesomely tortured till he gave up the ghost. Now, the update is that the student that tortured him has actually been expelled from the school, and the management, the staffs, the VC and other top officials frowned at this their wicked and dastard act, and they claimed that why would they be taking laws into their hands? Is it in their place to handle cases like this? Even if he stole a phone, as they claimed, and that they also claimed that he confessed selling the phone to play this Bet Naija, it still was not enough to beat him and torture him to that. It's so unfortunate, and it's a very sad one that the families and the indigenes, the elders of the Uve and Warri kingdom are in disarray. They are so sad, they are so angry that at this point they don't know what to do. If they could take laws into their hands, they would have, but we leave the case for the law to take its course, for the law, for the government of this country to provide justice for this late Prince Alex. They should provide justice. Now, there are some clips, there are some pictures that I'll be showing, though I have the clip of the angry elders that stormed the school to actually ascertain the true cause of their prince's death. I have the clip because of a copyright wahala. You know, everybody they try to safeguard the channel. By the time you post another, they will say copyright problem. So I won't be able to put the clip, but I have some pictures of when the elders went there, when they went to the station. They even went to the room where this boy was beaten and tortured. If you see the room where they beat this boy, it was as if nothing happened there. That to the extent one of the elders was so angry that how can such an incident happen in this room, and the school called cleaners or whosoever to clean the room as if nothing happened there. That left with them, the room should be locked up just the way they tortured that boy. They also claim that they went to the police station to get approval to go to the mortuary to see their late prince. They say when they got to the mortuary, to the morgue, they found that it was only his body that was in the morgue. It therefore means that morgue is not working for only his body to be in that morgue. That when they saw the body of their prince, tears started dropping down their eyes. As in the way he was tortured there, the brutal torture. They say all his head were battered with bruises, all his body swollen. If you see mark all over his body, that his body was swollen on top of the table where they put him. And they were like, come on, what kind of torture is this? What could this boy have done to warrant this kind of torture? I still ask the question, what could this boy have done? I overheard somebody saying probably he has been stealing phones. Maybe he has been stealing phones, he has been stealing things before now, and that day was the day his cup got filled up. That is why they angrily tortured him like that. I said that is not anger. Nobody should say they tortured him angrily. They should say the students that tortured him are wicked. Restrictions of some words. Restrictions of some words. Those students, I don't think they were brought up under a godly environment, under a homely environment. I don't think they have parents. Come on. How can among 12 students, no one could say, he don't do now, make una stop, we don't to beat this boy? How come? Out of 12 students, no one. The latest information is that when the police and the investigation team came, they picked 20 students. 20 students that they feel had a hand in the death of this late Prince Alex. When they took them to the station, they did investigation. They conducted a serious investigation, and they found out that 8 out of those 20 students didn't have a hand in his death. Now, when I saw the picture, when I saw the video of the room where they tortured this boy, you know, it's like, is it a face me, I face you now? It's not like face me, I face you. It's, you know, like a room. This is a room. The next one is a room. The next is another room. The next is another room. So the room where they tortured this boy was at the middle. So I kept on wondering, see that when they were torturing this boy, the other students in the next room didn't hear. I don't understand. And when you see the room where they tortured this boy, it's I think they had like 3 or 4 phones in the room. So it therefore means that maybe it's only 4 students that stays in a room. Yes, that's what it should mean. It's a private university. 4 students stay in a room. So now where did these other 8 boys come from? Which room did they come from? Which room? That 12 boys just entered into one room and started beating. They were taking turns. They were taking turns, and no one had pity. Parents, as I said, we have a role to play. Let us talk to our children. Talk to your children. Even me that is talking, I too, I will talk to my children. Stop taking laws into your hands. In my first video, I talked about this thing called jungle justice. It is something I hate with a passion. I don't like it at all. There was a time I was pregnant of my baby. I went to drop the other kids in school. As I was coming, I saw somebody opening the door of my car. I was at the gate. Where I parked was across the road. So luckily I was just coming out at the gate, and I saw somebody opening the door of my car. And I quickly hastened up. I hastened my footstep. You know, pregnant women at where would they waka, would they count the step, our leg not the feet touch the ground. So as I hastened up, I got close to him, but because of how heavy I was, I had to beckon on one of a male parent that was standing there to, please, this guy has taken something from my car. He has taken something from my car. Please help me run after him. The man saw me and had pity on me and helped me to run after him. And as he was going, he was shouting, thief, thief, thief. So other people came and joined him, and they caught this man. When they caught the man, they started torturing the man. How can you just open somebody's car? And it was my purse he carried inside my purse. My phone was inside. My money that I want to use to go to market was inside. Everything was inside that purse. And that little race I ran, I started panting as if I was going to fall into labor. And they tortured this man. And as they were torturing him, I stepped into the scene and I said, please, people should stop torturing him, I beg. Because I cannot stand jungle justice. I cannot. They kept on torturing. I said, please, leave, stop. I will fall into labor. I can't stand this torture. Please, let's hand him over to the security personnel in that environment. Let's call the police. And we're like, madam, somebody stole your phone. I said, you have tortured him enough now. I said, people want me to fall into labor. I started begging on behalf of the guy that stole from me. And that was how they took him to the police station. I went with them to write my statement, and when we got there, they tied his hand up and they tied his leg, and they started beating him. And I now told them, please, I am here. You can see me with my condition. I can't stand such torture. I can't stand this kind of thing. Please, you people should stop torturing him. Probably if I live here, you people can do what you want to do. Please look at my condition. Just because of my condition, stop losing him so that I don't so that I don't fall into forced labor here. And they held me and they lose this hand, lose this leg. I said, you people should let him sit on the ground. This is me that they stole from. I started begging for the thief. So after a written statement, I called my family. They all came. They made the man to write his own statement. Hisha was pleading that he's sorry, it's out of hunger. That was how the case ended. So what am I saying in the nutshell? I heard this thing called jungle justice. Let us stop jungle justice. Let us hand over the criminal to the right authority.